Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to Category 5 Technology TV. This is episode number 485 for Wednesday, the 4th of January, 2017. It's so nice to have you here, Jeff.
First
How are you?
episode of 2017.
The first episode of 2017. That's the theme song.
Yeah. How was
Now
your
you
holidays?
know. My holidays, do we want to get into it? I was sick. I had everything go wrong, but you know what? It was good for the kids. We had a great time with the kids. And that, to me, was all that really mattered.
Pretty much sounds like my holidays. We even had a hospital trip in there because things were just so bad.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. 2 weeks off.
Good.
I enjoyed time with family.
Yeah, excellent. And that's really what it's about. So
Absolutely.
tonight, we've got a great show in store for you, and it's going to be kind of a plethora of features tonight. We're going to be looking at a VESA mount that is going to take your computer display and allow you to stand it upright just like a normal computer monitor, or lay it down as a low profile. It's called a Limbo stand. It's going to actually lay down your monitor. It's perfect for settings like this here in a studio.
Yes.
Or, we're going to look at some other use cases as well, but think about your kitchen counter. If you have a touchscreen computer, how perfect would it be if you could lay it right down and use it while you eat your cereal?
You have a
scrambled eggs.
touchscreen computer in your kitchen?
No, I'm just saying you could. Why not? Because you can.
Don't spill milk on your computer, please.
Yeah. After that, we're going to be looking at the Nest Thermostat. They say it can save you a ton of money. We want to find out how that's even possible.
I'm intrigued.
Thermostat.
Now, is that not the one that had issues with security in the past?
We might even talk about that.
Oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Welcome to our new 2017 set. We're going to call this Studio D version 4.0.
Have you had that many changes since being within
Well, we had Studio D A, and then we had the green screen, then we had the interview set, and this is our fourth iteration. So,
all right then.
Yeah, there you have it. And speaking of new set, we got kind of sick of having Sasha Dermatis way over there on the green screen. So, Sasha, how are you?
I am great. Hi, everybody. Yes.
We're all on one screen.
How did we do that? Through the magic of television and new tables.
Right.
And standing.
Less camera switching
Standing,
now.
yeah.
And
I know we can move around and stuff.
It's exciting. It's funny.
I'm a little bit afraid that they can reach each other.
Well, my
I'm going to have to be moderator. And when you see me step back like this, that's me moderating the conversation.
My initial reaction was, now everybody will know how short I am. And then I think my subconscious actually works to the point where I forgot my boots, and now I'm wearing heels.
There we go, Sasha.
Thank you.
And this will give me a nice leg workout too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Burn.
Yeah. Oh, feel it. Feel it. Oh, yeah, you can feel that. That's good. Sasha, what do you got coming up in the newsroom tonight?
Well, here are the stories we're covering this week in the Category 5.tv newsroom. The UK government is cracking down on sites selling fraudulent degrees. The manufacturer of the iPhone hopes to replace their human workers with robots. Drone deliveries are so 2016. Now Amazon wants to make the whole warehouse fly. Kingston is pushing the envelope with the release of their 2 terabyte USB flash drives. And don't blink, the leap second has already happened. These stories are coming right up. Don't go anywhere.
This is Category 5 Technology TV.
Welcome to the show. This is Category 5 TV, and I'm Robbie Ferguson. Surrounding me tonight, Jeff Weston.
Hello.
Sasha Dermatis.
Hi.
Hi, Sasha.
That's weird.
I can see you this time.
Yeah, we're not looking craning our necks, looking over and
I
everything.
feel like I'm part of the team.
I know this is going to be a lot of fun, folks. Hey, comment below. Tell us what you think of the new set. This is kind of our first iteration of it as we kind of just pull everything together and see how things are going to work. Now, we've got bells on the set. We don't... Does yours work?
You gave me a broken bell.
There we go.
There we go.
We don't yet know what they're for. So if you've got ideas in the chat room, Sasha was thinking maybe, there's some crutch words that I use sometimes through the show. And,
right.
If Jeff and Sasha catch me on it, then maybe they get a couple points. And at the end of the show, I got to play Mad Libs or something. I don't know. Who knows? Hey, post your comments below. You guys have any ideas?
Could be every time I mispronounce a city or town in the UK.
Oh my goodness, we'll never get through the show.
Feel really bad for sparkly
People will be like, what's that bell that we keep hearing?
I think
it's a new drinking game.
I think for today's show, we should ding the bell every time we catch Sasha thinking that she's off camera. because she's never been on camera the whole time.
Right. So
Right. Yeah. It's going to be me reading the chat room.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy. It could happen, folks. It could happen. Well, welcome to the show. We've got the chat room up. Nice to see you. If you're not already joining us in the chat room, get onto Freenode. You can connect to irc.freenode.net, and our chat room is called simply Category 5. And, of course, if you're not sure how to do all that, you can just head on over to category5.tv/chat. Or you can go down to the footer and you'll see the community chat room there. Lots of ways to get connected in the chat room during a live show. And, of course, there are folks that are waiting to connect with you as well throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody have a nice New Year?
Amazing.
Anything exciting?
I got a juicer. That's it. That's my excitement.
You got your juicer?
I got my juicer.
Nice.
Yeah. That is all.
How about you, Jeff?
Nope. Nothing exciting.
No, I got. I'm getting into. Becca knows that I'm trying to learn. Like I'm making hobbies out of things that I should know, like soldering.
Oh, okay.
Being able to create projects. I'm doing a lot of home repairs and things like that of little electronic devices. The kids are damaging headphones. My daughter pulled one of the cables out of one of her headphones, and I pulled it apart right then and there. I've got I saw your battery-powered soldering iron, and so I ended up picking up one of those, which we actually incidentally carry in our shop, shop.category5.tv. But with that, I don't have to mess around. I don't have to get everything out. Yeah. Becca will tell you that I've got my kind of soldering station on a cutting board just ready for it. And, I pulled it out and right there and then soldered my daughter's headphones. Nice. So she was all impressed. And so I'm doing very, very simple little things like that. But Becca got me a build-your-own motor kit. Ooh. So I'm going to be actually creating a motor from, you've got the magnetic wire, and it's a spool. It's not a motor. I've got to build it myself. But it started with Da Vinci little boat here that is on our set tonight.
Did you build that boat?
I did, yeah. I mean, it's a simple build, but when you're building it, it's about learning the intelligence behind the design of this particular boat.
Right.
And it was, hard to believe that this guy who also painted the Mona Lisa designed the first, paddle wheel boat.
Right.
And it's pretty neat. So
see, what I found interesting about the boat is it's on the table. Never seen it before. I walk in, I'm like, oh, how's it work? Bluetooth?
Sorry, Jeff. From the 1400s. It was the first boat ever. It's a boat.
Well, it wasn't the first boat ever.
Yeah.
It was the first paddle wheel boat. It was up until then. It was all the side rows.
The rows, yeah.
Right. So now it's like, okay, this is like a foot paddled boat,
right,
with paddle wheels on the side, and they're interconnected through mechanisms so that they both spin at the same speed, or you can.
Mechanisms. Word of the day.
Brilliant. Is that our word of the day?
I don't
know that we're going to use that one too often. So what am I supposed to do now?
You're just going to have to throw mechanisms into the middle of a chat about Nest. Yep.
But it has no mechanisms. It's a smart thermostat. Oh, he did it. How did you even do that? Okay.
I manipulated you. It's all about mechanisms of the mind.
And that's how it's going to go.
That's right.
Speaking of mechanisms, tonight we've got the Limbo monitor stand. We're looking at the Limbo monitor stand from ErgoMart. It's the SL102. That's your search query, but you can get on over to our website and check it out. We sell it through Amazon, cat5.tv/Limbo. And what it allows you to do is take a standard computer monitor and change the form factor altogether. Lay it down on its back. I don't know if you've ever really wanted that, Jeff. I can think of a couple of scenarios. Obviously, right here at the studio, it just makes sense to have a touchscreen monitor laying down.
Now, as far as the functions of it, could you use it for literally any monitor?
Anything from 15 inches up to 28 inches, I would assume. But, I mean, I've got, a 27-inch monitor on here. Mm-hmm. This is a flat screen 27-inch, and it supports that just fine.
See, I realize Mac is a bad word, but I bought my wife a 27-inch Mac for Christmas.
Oh.
And
are there times when it might make sense for her to lay it down?
Well, yeah, and so with our desk, we've got, I think it's 21 inches of clearance between the shelves, but if I could remove the the base to it.
Oh, okay.
And just have it angled slightly. I could fit it in there where she has her laptop. So I'm wondering if that
Yeah,
would work
for
for
sure.
that. But I don't know if it'd be compatible with Mac.
Well, let's. If it has
Yeah.
a VESA mount on the back, and we'll look at that. It supports 75 by 75, 100 by 100, and 100 by 200 millimeter. So
Cool.
get your measuring tape out. Look for those 4 holes on the back of the monitor, or the back of the computer in this case, and you'll see it may be a 100 by 100. If it's a little bit heavier, it might be 100 by 200. So it's
Okay.
important that as you order this, that you already kind of pre-know what VESA mount you're looking for, because you don't want to accidentally order a 75 by 75 and then find out that you've got 100 by 100 because it's not going to fit. Okay.
I bet you, though, if you did order it, you could return it easily on Amazon.
They do. They are very helpful, but
yes.
you probably find that you want it now.
You want it now.
You want it now. And so you don't want to delay things. I've got just an old monitor here that we've got kicking around at the studio. Jeff, we're going to actually set this baby up.
Perfect.
With Ergomart's SL102, the Limbo monitor stand. Now, one of the things that you see with a standard traditional monitor stand, this is just a ThinkVision, pretty traditional monitor. I like these monitors because you can turn them vertical. So that works really well for me as I'm coding. It makes it so that it's kind of the form factor of a piece of paper rather than a landscape.
Right.
So there you go. That's the stand that comes with it. But as far as profile goes, look at where my monitor is lying right here, and this is a 27-inch. Now take this 19-inch. That's as low as of the profile as you're going to get.
That's not low.
In a scenario like a studio here, now if I had that right in front of me, it would be obstructing your view of this, right? But think about live.
So now you're
performance.
just obstructing this.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Think about a live performance where quite often you've got the soundboard at the back, you've got a couple computers running everything, and the monitors are quite often obstructing the view of the stage.
True.
Right? Wouldn't it be nice in that scenario to lay it flat on the desk?
Yes.
Without having to go through the process of having a desk custom built and all this kind of crazy stuff. Here's an option that just allows you to throw it on there. It's easy to install. You're going to find tonight we're going to do this in a matter of moments.
Exciting.
And also, another scenario I mentioned, and you laughed at me, but kitchen counters and desktops
I think
around
it
the house.
makes sense on a kitchen counter instead of a lot of people just use their phone or their like tablet,
yeah. Yeah,
for
that's true, yeah.
recipes. Because I use my recipes 100% off of the internet. That would be perfect.
But if you use a computer a lot, and a lot of times I have seen computer monitors sitting on the kitchen counter like this.
Yeah, no.
Like we're talking a
Bad.
decent sized kitchen with that in the
Yeah.
corner and a keyboard and everything. But with a touchscreen, you've got the capability of, you've got your YouTube videos if you want to watch things. It plays a bigger function than just a tablet or something like that.
Right.
So let's get the back off of here. You see this is a VESA 100 by 100. If we were to measure, we would see that it is 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters. So this simply has a couple screws here. We're going to lay that down like this. We lay it flat, Jeff, so that we're not going to drop the monitor when the stand comes off of it.
That is wise.
Okay. Got my handy Black & Decker tool. I'm just going to pull that right off of here. Simplest upgrade for a computer screen ever. Thank you, sir. You got that?
I got it.
Did I get that one out all the way? I don't
No,
think I
you did not.
Almost. There we go. Okay. You can just set that aside. All right. Who's got nails? This is how it comes.
I have a pen.
Just like that. Oh, I think we can do it.
small.
Look at that.
Oh,
What kind
at
of
that.
neat
It's
little
that fancy,
mechanism is
easy
that?
to open stuff. There we go. Your unboxing for the day.
bubble wrap.
It's Ergomart's SL102 Limbo stand, and that's what it looks like. Just like that.
Oh, that's
so
perfect.
with the monitor on it, it can stand upright.
Right.
And this will move up and down. You can see that there's a mechanism here to actually move this up and down. Is anyone keeping score? So this can be moved up and down depending on the size of the monitor, whether you want it to be vertical or horizontal, and it can be turned on the fly.
Okay.
It also includes a magnetic wrench to adjust that, tighten it up, and then that can just be stuck to the frame in order to keep it safe.
Okay.
So you don't
That's
lose it.
Now,
So smart.
what is the rating as far as weight for that bolt? Because it's just a bolt.
Oh, for the bolt? Yeah. Well, it's a what do you call that? A lock nut.
Okay.
Okay. The stand itself in its lowest profile will hold anything up to about 28 pounds.
Okay.
In its upright, now it does have a low center of gravity, but you'd probably want to be anywhere from about 15 to 20 pounds in the larger, if you're going to have it upright. When it's laying down, obviously, it can be a little bit larger. So let's set that there. I think I threw the screws over here somewhere.
You just toss them aside.
I did too. Oh, I love this new set. Those are screws. That wasn't just a random little sachet of nothingness.
I don't need this.
Yeah, that's all there is to it. There's just 4 screws that came with it. So, Jeff, we're going to just put that down here.
All right.
Can't believe you got me on that.
The unintentional word of the day, and you keep using it.
So now they've found one.
Subliminal
It's going to
messaging.
change every week. I'm going to have to work on that.
That's true.
Okay, get that all lined up.
Do you know how to put a screw in there?
Well, if I had it lined up properly, it would probably help. You got me laughing too much.
Well, that's what we do well on the show. Have a good
right.
time.
Yes. Good guffaw here and there.
Guffaw teehee.
Just kind of get those in with your thumb, and then we'll use the screwdriver to tighten them up. Come on. Oh. Come on. That's always the way.
He drops the screw.
There we go. It's fully articulating to the side there.
This will be a 2-hour show.
Yep, just waiting for the screws to go
For
in.
our 5-minute install.
Yep.
Okay, I love this. I really do like this idea. And this is a good, high-quality stand.
That is a handy little screwdriver.
This is a great little tool. And you know what I like?
That is neato.
You know what I like about it? Is that it takes 4 AA batteries. It's not a proprietary
Oh,
cell,
nice.
right? So if the batteries ever die on you, now I use rechargeables, obviously, but if they...
Eco-friendly?
Yeah, if they can't ever... if they can't be recharged, if they're at the end of their life, you can just replace them with new lithium...
Right.
Or nickel metal hydride batteries. There we go. That's it. We're done.
Wow. So simple.
Yeah. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, obviously this is kind of sliding around. You can see that. So we want to tighten that up. So that's where the wrench comes in. So we want to kind of align that with the base of our monitor. Just a little bit extended beyond that. And then...
It's all about the base.
all about the base,
Oh, all of a sudden I remember what I did on New Year's.
Couldn't have been that good if you remember.
Karaoke?
Yes.
Karaoke.
Turns out
There we
that
go.
song only has that line in it over and over again for about 2 minutes.
Have you seen the Star Wars version?
No.
It's all about the base, no rebels.
No way.
Nice.
Yep. It's
We
pretty
should do
awesome.
another music video. Because that doesn't take any
work
time
on
at
that.
all.
No time at all. So there you have it. The Limbo stand from Ergomart. You can see right away that it is a slightly lower profile,
Absolutely.
even upright. So we're not 6 inches off of the desk. It's sitting like that. It's good and stable. And then, this is what I love about it.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's lovely.
Low profile, laying it down. We can take it down to, what does the specification say?
Looks like 15
22 and a half degrees.
22 and a half. Okay.
So if you look at that, that's as low as you're going to get it with that particular monitor. Now, I could actually slide this down, loosen that that lock nut, slide this down a little bit, and it's going to give me even a closer to the desk form factor.
Right.
Nice.
But as far as your touch screen goes, that's going to work really, really well. And I like that.
That's cool.
It's available at cat5.tv/limbo. And maybe you can think of some great ideas for where that could be used. I think maybe that would work for... What do you think?
I feel like at my office, at work.
That'd be
would
great.
be amazing.
Yeah.
It's so adjustable. So you think about your wife's Mac, right?
Yep.
So
Actually, it would not work on her Mac.
it wouldn't?
No.
Why is that?
Because looking at the back of her Mac, it's just the round
the fancy
profile,
thing.
and
Can
it
you
goes
remove
in-
a piece of plastic?
I would have
Is
to
there a
take the
little
whole
piece of
back of the housing off.
No.
So I would.
Might be a warranty issue
Are you
at that
serious?
point.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
What is it? A Mac?
It's an iMac.
iMac.
Yep.
iMac.
Yeah. No space.
That's mount.
Oh, they have one.
Oh, they got.
No,
it.
let's see what it says.
Oh.
It is. See, if you take a look at that.
So you need an
remove-
adapter.
Oh, okay. It has an adapter available for it.
Ah. Okay.
but it is part of that assembly. See that?
Okay.
You can just do a quick Google image search for iMac VESA, V-E-S-A. But the one we're looking at tonight, this is the Limbo from Ergomart. It's the SL102, and you can check it out at cat5.tv/limbo. There you have it.
Nice.
Let's set that baby aside.
Well, that's
That is
exciting.
Perfect.
Well, that's all we've got for the show tonight. No,
That's it?
Thank you for watching.
no, we've got other fun, exciting things.
What do you got for us, Jeff?
Did you hear about the guy who confused facial recognition technology?
I did not hear about this one.
Okay, so I have to show you the picture,
Okay.
and I will show it to everybody else as well. Okay, do you see a face?
Is this like one of those things where if you go slightly cross-eyed,
No. Do you see a face,
No.
Sash? Okay.
I see what looks like a whole bunch of tiny little...
Is there a way to zoom in on this?
I can kind of go like this.
There.
It's not really clear.
really?
And you're getting out of focus. the
That's
closer
okay
you
if you can't see a face. That
Okay,
you're
you can't
there's,
see a
totally
face,
normal.
right?
no face to this. It's like squares. It looks like Digipat, like the camo that doesn't repeat.
Right.
Instead of traditional camo with the line,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
all digital pattern.
What's
so?
a search query so I can bring this up on the screen for them? How can we see this thing?
I got it from a news article on Mashable, but it's what would you call it?
I don't know.
It was part of the Hyperface project.
Hyperface, all
So
right.
it was a guy from Berlin. He was an artist, and he wanted to find a way to mess with the facial recognition algorithms in facial recognition technology.
Right.
So he came up with this pattern that facial
That's
recognition
crazy.
algorithms actually determine that this is a real face. But because this pattern isn't in the system, it can't figure out what the face is.
Really?
Yeah, so it confuses the heck out of the facial recognition
So
technology.
facial recognition, which is meant for two-factor authentication,
Yes.
for enhanced security to let you into buildings and things like that.
Right.
And he's able to take an image like that and turn
Yeah.
it into...
And it's recognized as a face.
And does it recognize it as the face?
no, not it's not a face for actually like breaking into a system.
Yeah.
But it confuses it. It's saying this is a face, but I can't figure out what the face is.
How is that even possible?
I have no clue. But it works. I saw this, I think it was today, and I was like, this is amazing.
That's nuts.
It is really neat.
You know what?
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you.
I was thinking it reminds me of, do you remember the news story that you did about, was it OK Google? OK Google. And then it would bring up websites and
Right.
do all kinds of things, right? It was
Yeah.
like an obfuscated or just messed up bot voice that would run
Right.
commands out of this gibberish noise. So, and the phones
And it-
would all react to it with OK Google.
Right.
You remember that?
No.
It reminds me of that. Remember, you're within arm's reach this time. I remember it.
I'm going to check back and see and make sure it was me who did that news story.
It was you.
What it's saying here is that these patterns appear as facial features, and then the visualization software interprets it as a face, but it overloads and oversaturates the algorithms, causing the system to break down.
To break down.
Yeah.
Oh. So it crashes.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too good.
No, it's like
Apparently,
a,
you can even
flaw in
print.
the
They're saying
matrix.
you can even print it like on clothes, so that you walk in with the shirt and just stand there in front of the camera and be like, "This is me."
Unreal.
just to break the machines.
Just to break the machines.
Oh, Jack.
Going back to your Mac, Legion X1 says everything that is Mac requires an adapter.
Yes.
What gives with that, Jeff?
It is true.
Proprietary stuff.
I know.
Hey, this is Category 5 Technology TV. You're watching episode number 485. And this live broadcast is going forth on the 4th of January 2017. Happy New Year, everybody. This is our first broadcast from Studio D and our new set. Here we're calling it version 4.0. Think that works?
Yep.
So welcome to the show. Hey, get us in the chat room. Make sure you comment below if you're watching this on demand. Give us a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. We really appreciate that. And hey, share it with your friends. And certainly if you're watching live, it helps us out if you later also watch it on YouTube. Just bring it up and that counts us for that view. When you're watching live, that doesn't obviously increment our count when it comes to our YouTube views. I appreciate everybody that's been watching on YouTube. It does make a difference, and
Absolutely.
we're starting to see those numbers really climb. For the longest time, I stayed away from YouTube. We stayed with our own broadcast mechanisms and everything, and finally decided to give in and switch over to YouTube, and it's been really good to us. So appreciate everybody watching through that platform.
Jeff Weston,
Yeah, man.
you're building a brand new, beautiful website,
What?
aren't you?
No. Am I?
Oh, you're a terrible actor.
What?
This is where acting comes into play.
Oh, I didn't know we were acting.
You're supposed to act.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Yeah, I'm building a really cool website. Are you building a really cool website? You need hosting. One of the things about a hosting account is you don't want to have limitations put on your website.
It's true.
How much hard drive space do you have? How many email accounts? How many domains can point to it? Well, we've got an amazing deal for you. For a very limited time, cat5.tv/dreamhost, for just $5 and a bit of change per month, you are going to get unlimited website hosting, unlimited email accounts on that hosting service. You are also going to receive a free domain name.
Ooh.
So your own .com
Nice.
to put that amazing website that you've been working on
It's true.
there. If you want to build a WordPress site, fine. Sign up, cat5.tv/dreamhost.
Just don't put Panama Papers on it.
Just don't do it. But hey, it's a great deal, folks. Best deal you're going to find. $5 and change per month. Go to cat5.tv/dreamhost.
Sasha Dermatis,
Yes.
you don't have a newsroom anymore. You've got
I know, I'm
a
just-
studio set where we're just kind of hanging out.
Just kind of hanging out here.
We don't have any pictures to put up or anything like that. I thought, we could maybe get like a flat screen TV or something if the donations say, hey, that's something we want to do.
Right.
So if that's something that you'd like to see, we could take down the clock and put up a flat screen TV, and Sasha's news pictures could be up there and little video clips and
Perhaps
things like that.
this week you could just mime out the news stories as I'm
Yeah,
reading
I'm thinking. So what do we got? We've got, you mentioned a couple of different...
them. Yeah, with like an
Microsoft.
exactly. Amazon. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's good.
What?
Fraudulent certificates. I don't even know how you would do that.
He's got it.
Exactly.
There's the meme.
And adding an extra second.
Deja vu.
What?
Good job. Good rehearsal.
I was thinking, you mentioned the clock. It could be really fun to take a show, do it live but disjointed, then put it all together for the little Easter eggs so that people are watching going, what's going on with the time, man?
Just, it'd be a lot more economical to just take down the clock and change the time every couple minutes and then edit out that moment.
But not as techie fun.
Right. I did say to Robbie, what happens if we run a little late starting? We're going to change the clock so it always looks like 7 o'clock?
I said, no,
Yes.
you know what?
No.
Season 10. And here we are on our new set, 2017. It's pretty laid back. It's a lot of fun. So, hey, if we're a couple minutes late, it's like how we've done 1 hour and 20-minute shows.
I
in
know. We
season
kind of
10.
just rock.
It just happens. And we're not cutting it off at an hour if we decide
If we
to
still
continue
have
on.
things to talk about.
Yes, exactly.
There's always something to talk about.
Speaking of, Sasha Dermatis, I'm going to jump over to you, and you can tell us what's going on.
All right, I'm Sasha Dermatis, and here are the top stories for the week of January 4th, 2017. More than 40 fraudulent websites have been shut down in a major crackdown on the sale of fake degrees. The sites closed included those selling authentic-looking certificates using the names of real British universities. Others were providers offering distance learning courses but were not valid UK degree awarding bodies. An agency set up to investigate the issue, Higher Education Degree Data Checker, or HED, said it had reports of more than 90 bogus institutions. The investigation found fake University of Kent degree certificates on sale in China for only £500. The government announced a crackdown on bogus providers in June 2015 with the aim of prosecuting and taking down fraudulent websites. HED has now asked new graduates not to take photographs with their real degree certificates in case they inadvertently aid fraudsters. A spokesperson for the Department for Education said degree fraud cheats both genuine learners and employers, so we've taken decisive action to crack down on those seeking to profit from it. I understand asking people not to take a picture with their degree or
But
certificate.
I'm proud, and this
but,
is me holding my certificate.
Like, seriously, I have like a million siblings, and I have a lot of friends, and I feel like every single time any of us graduate anything, even if it's like a new level of luminosity or
Sure.
like it could be anything, it's always like a picture taken.
I
with
have
that
Google
certificate.
Analytics course graduation certificates printed on my wall at work.
Right?
It's
Did
like,
you?
yes,
But you took a
I
picture.
took the course. I went through the step-by-step questionnaire.
Exactly. It's going to be so hard to catch these people.
Did you know I am ESET Canada Sales Company of the Year this year? That's a side note. I know.
Oh,
we
that's
won.
good.
What is it? Partner of the Year.
Congratulations.
So that's pretty cool.
That is
Well
awesome.
done.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sweet. I mean,
I don't know how I got on that, but I'm thinking about certificates, and this is a
Right.
certification.
That's true.
Something I added to the footer of the
You-
website. 2016 Partner
is
of the Year.
Super.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, on a serious note for this, it does mean that people could buy for £500 a university degree that would cost them otherwise tens of thousands of pounds.
Here's the thing. They're only shutting down institutions that print fake certificates for real or seemingly real universities that use names that are very, very close to the real university name.
Right.
Because it's
Right.
fraudulent. It's like taking money and making fake money that looks just like real money. Well, they'll stop that. But they're not stopping Monopoly from printing Monopoly money and Canadian Tire from printing
Right.
Canadian Tire money because
Right.
it's obviously fake. So it's important to note that you can still buy certifications from Starfleet.
Oh, that is important to note.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't even have to go to the academy.
Starfleet Academy doesn't exist, apparently, according to the government.
But you graduated from it? It's
I'm
on the,
thinking
it's on the
I
wall?
might.
You might as well.
I might just graduate from them.
That would be hilarious.
You know, somebody should start a Starfleet Academy University.
And
Doesn't
make
have
it
to
legit.
anything to do with
Make
like
it legit.
aeronautics
Just call
or
it-
anything. Just
I'm going to start an education facility and call it Starfleet.
yeah.
I do
I wonder if
think
Star Trek has it.
they have a course in either a college or a university around here that is how to survive a zombie apocalypse is the name of
I'm
the
sorry,
course.
what?
It's wilderness training. It's wilderness training, but they call it how to survive a zombie apocalypse because they know more people will sign up for
That's
it.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, see?
So it's marketing. It's smart
marketing. So
yeah.
Starfleet Academy would get more people excited to go
It's
to
like
school.
It's like flight school or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or like maybe like if you're into like stellariums and things like that. I don't know what you call yourself if you're certified. A stellarist?
A stellarist?
Stellarist?
Just stellar.
You're super stellar, folks.
Super stellar. Okay. Foxconn, the Taiwanese manufacturing giant behind Apple's iPhone and numerous other major electronics devices, aims to automate away a vast majority of its human employees. Dai Jaipeng, the general manager of Foxconn's animation committee, says the company has a three-phase plan in place to automate its Chinese factories using software and in-house robotics units known as Foxbots. The first phase of Foxconn's automation plans involve replacing the work that is either dangerous or involves repetitious labor humans are unwilling to do. The second phase involves improving efficiency by streamlining production lines to reduce the number of excess robots in use. And the third and final phase involves automating entire factories, with only a minimal number of workers assigned for production, logistics, testing, and inspection processes. The company can now produce around 10,000 Foxbots a year, Jaipeng says, all of which can be used to replace human labor. In the long term, robots are cheaper than human labor. However, the initial investment can be costly. It's also difficult, expensive, and time-consuming to program robots to perform multiple tasks or to program a robot to perform tasks outside its original function. That is why in labor markets like China, human workers have thus far been cheaper than robots. To stay competitive, though, Foxconn understands it will have to transition to automation. As of last year, Foxconn employed as many as 1.2 million people, making it one of the largest employees in the world. More than 1 million of those workers reside in China, often at elaborate city-like campuses that house and feed employees. By replacing humans with robots, Foxconn would relieve itself of any issues stemming from its treatment of workers without having to actually improve living and working conditions or increase wages. But in doing so, it will ultimately end up putting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people out of work. Do you have any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns
Jeff, are you
about
hearing
this,
this?
Jeff?
I'm hearing
like,
it.
round one, fight!
I'm hearing it, and everything in me is screaming bad news. I understand that we are in a world where we want to do things better and cheaper and all that kind of stuff, but if you're going to come up with a completely automated workforce, like putting millions of people out of work. I mean, this is just one company.
Yeah.
When this catches on, what else is, I mean, think of the
Huge company, though. I
Well,
mean,
think
come
of the
on.
auto industry. If they can make this work for producing things like, say, iPhones and completely automate like something small like that, imagine putting together cars where you don't need people anymore. The mass impact this would have globally. I mean, you're going to see unemployment go through the roof. And I mean, the fact is, you're not going to be able to recoup those jobs. It's not going to be like, well, for every robot we make, we're going to need 10 more people in the manufacturing of the robots, because eventually they're going to get the robots making robots, and we're just in a situation where somebody's going to have to be Neo and wipe out the computer.
Right.
See, I'm also like, I'm a union guy, so this hurts.
My thought on it is that a lot of times, and I'm not saying every time, but a lot of times, especially in countries where they have their employees living at the factories that they work at, the conditions are horrible.
That's it, yeah.
And if you're not willing to bring that up to standard, it is better to let those people go, even if it means forcing some sort of social change in a way.
But is
right? But it's better
removing
than
the worker the solution? Yes,
improving
it
the
solves it
condition
short
would
term.
be better, but
Yeah.
are people willing to actually
More
pay
expensive.
the money toward the product that would then funnel down to improving the lives of the people making it? I'm thinking about like really cheap clothing companies too. If they
Sure.
could just
Any
automate
of
that,
these.
then those poor people wouldn't be stuck inside sweatshops.
I think we have to be very careful, though, that the solution does not become replacing human people. Human people?
human people instead
Humans.
of
The solution is not to replace them with robots. Yes,
But that's
you
what
look
they're
at
doing.
It, no, but you look at it and you say, well, the working environment is deplorable. The
Right.
people, Bob K54 is reminding us that Foxconn, the company that we're talking about, who manufactures iPhones, actually installed netting so that people would not be able to commit suicide. But that is a sad fact.
It is, but a lot of that is because of the working conditions. I mean,
Right.
this is a whole social economic
replacing
issue.
those people with robots does not solve the issue.
No, it makes it worse.
I don't know if it makes it worse.
Absolutely does. You've got a million workers that chances are making no
Right.
more than $100 US a month in wages.
Right.
You're going to tell all of them, sorry, we realize that you're below the poverty line and that we pay you peanuts and it's horrible working conditions, and a lot of you don't even want to live anymore because of the working conditions. So we're just going to replace you so you have nothing to go to.
These are people who are being enslaved. They're one step above being slaves.
So change global working conditions so that
That would
everybody has a
be-
decent job.
That would be the
How?
best thing to do. But let me tell you, no person is going to choose to be working inside a factory in those conditions if there is an option at something better. And the only
In a lot of cases, there isn't. There isn't an option.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know.
Comment below. Get us in the chat room. I don't know. Where's the line?
I know.
They can't. This is not a solution.
I think this is
just
probably
want-
one of the most polarizing news stories we could ever have
I
because of the
agree.
social economic impact.
Right. And I agree that these people need a job, but I just want
Give them
to
a
have
significant severance package.
I know. I
Just
just
say, look, we're going to save X number of dollars over the next 20 years. Here's your wages for those 20 years, and let's
just-
give you, $200,000 to get you started.
I know that there's
never happen.
always these
It's not gonna
crazy
happen.
stories out there, but I remember seeing, I think it was like CBC or something, but an interview with somebody who was in their early 20s who had literally never been outside. They were born in the factory they worked in. They had never seen the light of day.
Pretty
If
sure
that-
that's a human rights violation.
Yeah, you don't say.
But I did say.
Yeah.
It's so hard being here in Canada, where we're so blessed to have such freedom and such laws that protect workers
Right.
and the rights of human beings. So to see that kind of thing happening is just it's
Crazy.
horrible.
All right. Let's move on.
Do we have any happy news stories?
Well, we have some Amazon news.
All right,
I
Amazon's
like
good.
this.
Amazon's good.
Okay, Amazon has filed a patent for a massive flying warehouse equipped with fleets of drones that deliver goods to key locations. Carried by an airship, the warehouses would visit places Amazon expects demand for certain goods to boom. It says one use could be near sporting events or festivals where they would sell food or souvenirs to spectators. The patent also envisages a series of support vehicles that would be used to restock the flying structures. The filing significantly expands on Amazon's plans to use drones to make deliveries. Earlier this month, it made its first commercial delivery using a drone via the test scheme running in Cambridge. In the documents detailing the scheme, Amazon said the combination of drones and flying warehouses or airborne fulfillment centers would deliver goods much more quickly than those stationed at its ground-based warehouses. Also, it said the drones descending from the AFCs, which would cruise around and hover at altitudes of up to 45,000 feet, would use almost no power as they glided down to make deliveries. The patent lays out a comprehensive scheme for running a fleet of AFCs and drones. It suggests smaller airships could act as shuttles, taking drone supplies and even workers to and from the larger AFCs. Amazon's patent was filed in late 2014, but has only now come to light thanks to analyst Zoe Levitt from CB Insights, who recently unearthed the documents. So that means you can get your stuff real fast from Amazon.
It makes sense that at a Star Trek convention that this would just fly down from the sky right into my hands.
See, and as you're reading the news, what I'm picturing is Nick Fury standing on this floating device in the air owned by Amazon.
Nice.
With Mark Zuckerberg having his Jarvis programming talk behind him, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm pretty sure this is the Avengers.
I can't wait to see what this thing looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know what to picture.
I'm excited to see it. All right. Kingston Digital Incorporated, the flash memory affiliate of Kingston Technology Company Incorporated, the independent world leader in memory products, announced yesterday that their Data Traveler Ultimate Generation Terabyte GT, the world's highest capacity USB flash drive. Data Traveler Ultimate GT offers up to 2 terabytes of storage space and USB 3 performance.
What?
Amazing.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
2 terabytes?
2 terabytes, small little thing. Yeah, perfect.
Come on now. My Data Traveler is 32 gigabytes.
Yeah, 2 terabytes.
2 terabytes.
Power users will have the ability to store massive amounts of data in small form factor, like up to 70 hours of 4K video. That is mind-blowing. Data Traveler Ultimate GT is rugged as well, with a zinc alloy metal casing for shock resistance. This is the next step in portable solutions for storing and transferring huge files. Data Traveler Ultimate GT ships in February and will be available in 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte capacities. It is backed by 5-year warranty, free technical support, and legendary Kingston reliability. I feel like that would make it so easy to back everything up. You could easily back up all your
have 2 of
stuff.
them.
Just have 2.
Yeah.
You could just back stuff up
See,
like crazy.
I think this is totally incredible. But what's going through my head is 2 terabytes on a flash drive. How long is that going to take to load?
It's USB 3, so we're talking
Not bad at all.
3 gigabits a second.
But still, that could take a while if depending on what you've
Sure.
got on there. I mean, we're not talking necessarily text files. If you got 2 terabytes, chances are you're filling it with video and whatnot.
Sure. But you're going to do it one video at a time. You're not necessarily going to fill 2 terabytes
Right.
worth of video all at one.
There will be
fell
somebody who will do it.
Sure.
I love it. I love, like, the Kingston stuff is coming out, like, hard and fast and strong all the time.
How many gigs was our entire torrents for Cat 5?
Our torrents. Let's take a look at torrent.category5.tv, and what you'll find is that over the course of seasons, because the quality of the show became higher and higher, and now being 1080p, the files get bigger and bigger. So torrent torrent.category5.tv, and I'm sorry that I can't bring this up tonight on your screen. That's because of the new set, and things are just kind of getting configured and set up. But you can bring it up. Torrent.category5.tv. Season 1 was 9.68 gigabytes.
Oh, see, this is like I'm looking at it going. I was thinking, you can get them all on one flash drive. You can get them all on one flash drive now, pretty much.
361 gigs of video altogether.
See, that's amazing. You can pick up one of the Kingston flash drives and be like, I've got all of Cat 5 with me.
There you go, and you can download it right from our site.
Bring it on vacation.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what
Binge while on the beach.
I'll be on the beaches of Hawaii going, I'm going to watch season 1.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It was me with a webcam in my basement.
Oh,
Things
that's
have been stepped up a little bit since then, technologically. We have 2 terabyte flash drives now.
That's crazy. And wasn't it like 30 years ago Bill Gates said nobody would need more than
640K.
Yeah.
Yeah, at what
Boy,
point
was
they
he wrong.
closed the patent
That was
office
extended
too,
memory.
though. So people have been doing weird things. Remember that time when they were like, nobody has any new ideas, we'll just close the patent office. We're done now.
I don't remember this.
No? I will find out exactly when it happened. It was years and years
Was
ago.
it before I was born?
Yes.
Okay. That's why I don't remember it.
That's right.
Do you have more for us?
I have one
see
more.
another story.
One more story. The addition of an extra second to 2016 didn't cause too much tech chaos, but it did lead to some websites being difficult to reach for about 90 minutes. A leap second is an additional second added at the end of a month to compensate for the fact that the Earth's rotation is slowing down very gradually and can also be altered by major seismic events and thus slips out of sync with atomic clocks. The International Earth Rotation and Reference Systems Service calculates when one is necessary, and so far 27 leap seconds have been added, though only 5 in the past 18 years, all at the end of June or December. The second is officially added to the Coordinated Universal Time, UTC, used as a reference by most computer systems by having an out-of-the-ordinary 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 60 seconds. While the process is simple in concept and comes with 6 months of warning, it can potentially cause problems with computers. While many machines work from remote time signals, which either literally broadcast the extra second or send an instruction to add a second, some simply can't cope with the idea that a minute doesn't have 60 seconds and needs manual intervention. Popular Science notes that solutions include pausing the clocks for the final second or literally slowing down the clocks over the course of the day to spread the extra time out so it has no significant effect. According to Cloudflare, the extra second caused one of the numbers in its software to turn negative, something that the software wasn't designed to cope with because the code writers worked on the sensible enough idea that time can't run backwards. Part of Cloudflare's DNS resolution process involves using timecodes to generate a random number, a step which fell apart when a negative number was thrown into the mix.
Right.
That's crazy. Fortunately, this only affected 0.2% of DNS queries, and overall fewer than 1% of attempted visits to Cloudflare clients threw up error messages. It affected you?
We'll do a who is query on cdn.zechariah.com. Guess who hosts it? Cloudflare.
Really?
So our site assets, Uptime Robot, started telling me, hey, something's down. Oh, it's back up. Oh, something's down. Oh, it's back up. So if you were on our website during that time, our website was up, but various assets on different CDNs kept going down and weird, and like it would be down for like 30 seconds and then back up again.
Huh.
So yeah, that explains why we had those issues. Because I was like, what is going on here?
We had just an extra second, no big deal.
See, I was waiting for the New Year's countdown. I was waiting for everybody to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Happy New Year.
Yeah, why don't they just do it like that? 10,
That would
9,
be hilarious.
8, 6, 5. Done. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thanks for watching the Category5.tv newsroom. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all your tech news with a slight Linux bias. And for more free content, be sure to check out our website. From the Category5.tv newsroom, I'm Sasha Dermatis.
Thank you, Sasha. This is Category 5 Technology TV, and you will find our website at www.category5.tv. Folks in the chat room saying, Robbie's blocking the logo. There you go. You can also see it here. So, but
I think I have it on mine, too. Can you see that?
I hope you're having fun tonight. Let us know, what do you think of the new set? Of course, we're kind of working out the kinks and figuring things out. I think it's working fairly well,
I think so.
considering. So
It's comfortable.
Albert R. says we need to bring some of that Linux bias. Talk some geekery. And tonight we're not actually looking at Linux tools, but what we're looking at is the Nest Thermostat. So can we say that it's kind of, a little bit more along the tech lines than the political stuff that we accidentally got into?
Yes.
But certainly, okay, so Nest Thermostat is pretty neat because one of the things that they claim is that with this thermostat, so simply buying and replacing your house's thermostat with a Nest thermostat is going to save you anywhere from about $135 to $145 per year.
Which is a big deal now in Ontario that our gas has gone up significantly.
True enough. Wow, I didn't even want to go there. How did this get political? Says GWG. Kathleen Wynne.
No, but it's true. I mean, it's now costs more to heat your home, and being the dead of winter.
I think what Jeff is trying to say is with the cost savings, you can buy
That's right.
really cool things like, for example, a Star Trek drone.
Or a Raspberry
perhaps
Pi.
A Raspberry Pi. Star Trek The Next Generation Bluetooth communicator badge. Which you just have no reason to buy beyond the sheer geekery of it. You're thinking about it.
I'm trying to come up with
I
something.
feel like it would be great to wear that while you're holding your certificate from the Starfleet Academy.
I think
Yes.
so.
Okay,
I
so
could
talk about
wear it
Nest.
on the show.
Okay.
Okay, so
Now, was this not the thing that had the issues in the past?
the issues in the past. Now,
Security? Or
Nest
something?
security was a concern at one
Right.
point, and now with the current generation of Nest and with the firmware updates and everything is set up to be very well encrypted. All the communication that happens between Nest, the Nest servers in your app, it's all done through encrypted connections, and they are using sophisticated encryption in order to establish all of those communications. The other thing to consider, Jeff, is that Nest as a thermostat, now this is a smart thermostat, so it monitors things and learns from your behavior. Okay?
Right.
One of the things that I love about Nest is that it sees you. It knows, not visually, it's not like facial recognition kind of thing, but more along the lines of a motion sensor. So if you enter the room, it knows, hey, I'm going to turn on the screen because you probably want to see me. And there's your Nest all lit up and nice. But also, it combines that with the motion sensor technology with the Wi-Fi compatibility of your phone. And
Right.
will actually know if you've left the house.
This is a less creepy version of the girlfriend in a box.
Not at all like that.
Right.
Girlfriend in a box. What was it? Gate box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. But using that information, knowing that you've stepped out of the house. Now, I set a target temperature. So now Nest allows me to change between Fahrenheit and Celsius. So we'll say about 74 degrees, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Can't say Fahrenheit with a stuffy nose. 23 and a half degrees Celsius, give or take.
Wow,
And
you like it warm.
Yeah.
it's winter. We'll turn
My-
it down to 15 in the summer.
My goodness,
Yeah, it's easy.
I still like it, 20.
You're wearing
Tops.
a wool jacket.
Well, in here, I
Yeah.
gotta look good because we're standing up.
Oh,
but
well. What are you saying? I'm not wearing a wool jacket. So with this information, so Nest knows, okay, you've left the house. So now talking about security.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems kind of dangerous that your device is communicating that data back to a server. However, keeping in mind that it is encrypted, man in the middle can't get a hold of that information, and we can feel confident that that information is held safely.
Okay.
Okay, so what does it do for us that this thermostat now knows that I've been out of the house? So it monitors the app that's in my pocket on my phone.
Okay.
And it knows my geolocation and says, okay, well, you're in the house or you're near the house, so I'm going to have the temperature at your desired target temperature. So that's my 23.5. If I leave the house, it sees that the app is disconnected from the internal Wi-Fi.
right.
It still gives me access through my mobile internet or through whatever Wi-Fi I'm connected to, but it sees that I've left. So then it says, okay, well, let's look at the motion sensor. Are there still people in the house beyond the person who has the app installed on their
Right.
phone?
Okay.
And it uses the motion sensor to say, oh, there's still movement, so we're going to keep at 23.5 degrees. So then, if everybody leaves the house, this was kind of cool. I went away for a bit of a Christmas do, and Nest, I pulled it out. I was on the Wi-Fi at a family member's house, pulled it out, and it showed me that it was in eco mode. So having left the house, my Nest thermostat has now disabled my furnace in such a way that it will stay within the threshold that it's still safe for my plants, it's still safe for the animals, it's not going to get too cold, it's also not going to get too hot, but it's saving energy because it doesn't have to maintain that specific, I'm comfortable at 23.5, but the dogs are fine at 20. Or
I would say 17. You
17?
could do fine at 17. No.
If you're not
You'd
there.
be fine at 17 and not there. The dog would be fine at 17.
Absolutely. The plants will not die at 17 degrees Celsius.
You'd be great.
So with that, so now I took a little bit of a video to show you the thermostat itself. I do like that it turns on when we approach it, but also something to mention is that it's a lot smaller than I was expecting the form factor to be. I thought from the marketing material that this was going to be about the size of a CD. Do you get that impression when you see?
Would it be about that big?
It's about that big. It's about the size of a bell.
Huh.
So much smaller than I was expecting. And in comparison to a CD DVD, you can see the size difference is quite substantial. So it's a lot smaller. The one thing I don't like about that is that now it comes with this back plate, but because my original thermostat was bigger than the Nest, now I can see where the previous owners of the house have painted around their thermostat, and I've got this awful looking. Now I've got to paint the whole wall if I want it to look nice.
Or just put some sort of decal around it.
I thought about that. I thought about getting some kind of sticker that I could put behind it and mount it all on top. I've yet to find one that would work.
Thinking that this would be really good for landlords with tenants, right? Because if they could control remotely the temperature, then they wouldn't have tenants that totally pump up the jam in the house and then leave.
Yeah, well, and let's take it one step further, because if there are tenants in the house, let them turn on the temperature and that's fine. But yeah, I mean, if they leave and the motion sensor senses that nobody's home, it will adjust the temperature accordingly.
That's perfect.
That said, let's say you do temporary rentals.
Right.
How ideal is it that when somebody checks out, bring up your app from the comfort of your home, and it could be on the other side of Barrie, and adjust the temperature because it doesn't need to be kept warm because nobody's staying there at the time, right? So that's pretty cool. So let's get an actual, look at this. You can scroll through on the device itself. You can turn the device. You can push in to adjust settings and kind of click OK. But what's interesting about it is the fact that the app allows you to connect to your Nest thermostat from anywhere in the world as long as you've got an internet connection. So I've got my phone here with the app, and this is live in real time. So I'm on our studio Wi-Fi here, and yet it sees that my home dining room is 23.5 degrees Celsius. So if I click, I can see that, and I can see that the furnace right now is on. Okay, so the furnace at my house, because the screen is red, I can see that the furnace is on. Right now, you can see that little line there just below where it's set to 23.5. See that line that stays static? It says that it is currently 23 degrees, so I can adjust that. Now, as I adjust that, my wife at home would actually see that moving back and forth and adjusting on the screen of the Nest as well. It could be if it wasn't for the fact that it's me demonstrating it on the air. So I can actually turn off the furnace by bringing down the temperature, and now it's 22.5. It's going to detect that, hey, the house is already 23, and it's going to turn off the furnace for those at home. It's going to wait a couple of moments to do that. Oh, it just turned off. So the blower on my furnace is now off.
That's cool.
My wife and kids sitting at home right now, the furnace just turned off for them. Now it's going to turn back on again. So I can see the inside humidity is 33%, which is good, and I can adjust that from the furnace itself, but it's nice that I have that on my display. And then I've got the outside temperature, which is kind of brilliant as well. Just nice.
It measures the outside temperature?
It actually pulls that, because remember, this is Wi-Fi connected.
Right, okay.
So it has access to the weather forecast.
Right.
And all of that information is available. So I can actually see what are the conditions. Is it raining outside? I can see that within the app and on the screen of the Nest thermostat because it's a smart thermostat.
Right.
So I'm going to go into, now, a couple of settings here at the bottom. You can see, you can set it to actually heat and cool, or eco mode, so I can force it into these modes. So even if I'm home if I don't, if I'm curled up in a blanket, I can put it into eco mode and I can force that myself. What does eco mode do? Well, I'm going to click on settings here and go into my eco temperatures, and you can see that it will turn it down as low as 15 degrees Celsius, and it will make sure that it's never any hotter than 28 degrees Celsius. So that'll keep my plants safe in the summer, so it won't get too cold from the air conditioner being on too long or too hot from the air conditioner being off.
Right.
So it'll keep things. And we had that happen, and it was a shame that we didn't know, because we were at the cottage, that our plants were dying under the heat of not having the air conditioner on. That was an unfortunate thing, so we can avoid that with our Nest. So we can now connect to this from anywhere and adjust the temperature at home. It also works as a bit of a kind of a warning system, because I can see from that app that you see on your screen right there, I can see if the temperature drops below a safe threshold. I'll know before before it ever happens, before it ever becomes a concern. I'll see the temperature dropping, and when it hits 15 degrees, I'm going to know, whoa, something's wrong with my furnace.
This is great for people who winter away. So say you spend the winter in Florida, or my stepmom spends the winter in Mexico, right? So she has somebody checking right now on the house all the time just to make sure everything's okay. This is one less thing she has to worry about them checking. She'll always know if the furnace is working if she were to have this.
And what if you've got a summer vacation home?
Right.
For example, or a cottage where you've got Nest installed, you've got an air conditioner, and you look at your Nest on your app and you say, oh, the temperature right now is pretty hot at the cottage. We're going to hit the road. We're going to be there in an hour. Let's turn on the air conditioner. Let's get it cooled down to a comfortable temperature so that when we arrive, it's already set. But yet, when we're not there through the week, we can turn it off.
That's cool.
Right?
Now, the motion
turn it back on.
detection settings, is there like a pet mode where it doesn't read below a certain height?
You know what? Honestly, I'm not sure how that works. I know when I enter the room, it goes off. When my dog, who's up a little past my knees, comes in, it doesn't go off.
Okay.
It doesn't turn on. And that may just be that your thermostat is up this high and it's like a eye level thing. But I don't know the technical end of that, how that works.
But that's cool that it doesn't get set off by pets.
Exactly, and it knows from, it's going to know if you've been away from the house for 20 minutes that obviously there's, somebody, you're away.
Right.
And you can set that all yourself. So just really quickly looking at the settings here, let's jump in. I really like the fact that you can control things a lot nicer, a lot more specifically. And because of the eco mode here, when I'm away from the house, when everyone is out of the house, it switches to that mode and it just instantly starts saving energy. So by that, now we did a little bit of a test, and I'm not sure how I would pull that up on here, if I can see my test on here. Let's see. No, not there. But what we did is we ran a bit of a test to see how it looked as far as energy savings. And the day that I set up eco mode, and then we went to family member's house, it shows us the breakdown of our usage, and we were about I would say about an eighth, maybe a tenth of the usage was knocked off.
Wow!
So we had already saved about maybe up to 10% of our heating bill.
That's awesome.
That day, because we weren't home, so we didn't need it to be super comfortable at home. So there you have it. I mean, it's pretty simple to set up, eh? Is there anything that you want to see?
How easy is it to install?
That's a great question.
Real simple, actually. And you'll see from the instructions, it's like a little booklet, a little pamphlet, and you take out your old thermostat. There's only a few wires there. It tells you where to put them, and then it programs itself and gets everything up and going, and you just follow the prompts for the app, and it was in and up half hour kind of thing.
So you program it through the app?
Through the app or on the screen. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's all there. So you can actually see here, let's see if I can do it in the app. I believe I can see the current wiring. So if I go into technical info here, do I see, let's see here. I just want to check that there's nothing that's private here. Equipment. Here we go. I've got an air filter reminder that will automatically tell me. It has safety features that will automatically make sure that the house is always over 4 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
So that we don't have any kind of issues with freezing pipes things like that.
Right,
So you
okay.
can see how we set up so when I hooked everything up, it shows me where to plug everything in. This is in the app. Okay, and it shows once it's connected, it says equipment detected. And you saw kind of as I was going through this process, I was posting things on Twitter.
Yes, that's
equipment
right.
detected, and it's like, super cool. So there it is. So you've got all the contacts, and it shows you where to put them. I've got 3 contacts, and that's it. Everything else is done over the Wi-Fi. So works really, really well. So easy to set up. Really, really neat from a perspective of saving some money. I'm going to report back after, I would say, a couple of months where we can really see our energy bill and how this has affected things.
Yeah.
But check it out. You can go over to our website, cat5.tv/nest, N-E-S-T, and you can pick up one of those or just simply learn more information about it through the information that is provided for you there.
Good times.
This is Category 5 Technology TV, and hey, if you've got some questions about Nest or anything else that you've seen here tonight, make sure you post us a comment. Just sign your name below and your question there, or pop us an email live at category5.tv, and either Jeff or Sasha here will get those and pass them along.
And let us know what you think of the new set. Already in the chat room, I'm seeing some people who are liking it, which is good.
Yes.
Excellent.
I love it.
Yes.
Nice to be a part.
This is comfortable.
Yeah.
How do you like standing up?
I stand for a living. I have a standing desk.
I just noticed the clock, and I'm like, cool. I can even see, like, as I look over your shoulder. We're 5 minutes over time.
That's right. Working overtime.
So, yeah, you typically stand up.
I
So
stand,
after a long Wednesday, and do you mind standing for another hour and a half?
I don't mind.
Okay.
Not at all. I like it.
Just be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I like this because I can sit here and get a few extra steps in.
That's what I was thinking. You notice I'm kind of standing here going like this.
Right.
It's not because I'm hip.
Let's see.
Because I'm
I
getting steps.
will say today on my lunch
So my
break,
phone is on the
there was a
table.
little chatter on our little, Cat 5 team chat. Everybody was talking back and forth, and I was trying to keep up with the conversation, and I couldn't because I was on a treadmill. So I was having a real
and I'm
hard
like,
time.
have you got your insoles in? We're going to be standing tonight.
So I've hit my goal, so we're good.
Good.
See, and just for Christmas, my wife got me the Samsung Gear 2
Nice.
watch.
Nice.
And just on the show alone, I've added 400 steps, just my little
Right here?
little bits of moving. Now, I'm sure some of it is my hands going back and forth.
yeah.
But yeah, just
That counts as a step.
That
Yeah,
still
I'm
counts
moving.
as something.
yeah, works. It's like
any-
5 calories. Whoop.
Any tiny little bit of motivation to keep people like going and moving and healthy, I am in.
You know,
Yeah.
my wife looks at me and she says, she literally, like, this is my screen, so this is my phone. So 3,033 steps. That's what it shows me in the middle there.
Oh no.
It's not
That's
bad
what
for
I
a
did
job
today.
where you're sitting down for the most part.
I sit down for the most part, but I did hit 8,500
That's right, over Christmas.
on one day. Yeah, one day I hit 8,500 steps, and
Well
I was
done.
pretty impressed with that.
Right.
But my wife says, what's the point? Like, you sit at a desk all day. What's the point in having the step counter? And I've just got it on my phone. You know what the point is? It's like you say.
How great it feels. How motivational.
motivator.
Yeah. How motivational it is when you actually hit your goal and you want to do it again.
Here's
right?
the thing. I sit at a desk all day long, and I look at that, and I see I've only taken 3,000 steps today.
Right.
I'm going to take the dog for a walk when I get home.
Exactly.
Where's my motivator if I don't know that information?
It's true.
I may not ever think of it. I may just, I stood up all night. I'm good.
It's good for accountability too. I actually had it set up for the first little bit because I was just starting to walk to work, where I was emailing an accountability partner my weekly results so that I stayed accountable and did walk to and from work.
It's for real.
'Cause
I got the
it's-
screenshots.
Exactly.
See,
So-
mine will post to Facebook, but I ain't doing that.
Don't do that.
You're not gonna,
No.
Are you poking fun at me because my
How many clicks
how many
I've done?
times I've typed?
You've typed way more.
No, see, you type way more steps than I step.
Oh, okay. And I also have code stats as well. So as I code, it kind of keeps track of that. But there we go. There it is, folks. It happened.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
December 27th.
That is
Booyah.
beautiful, Robbie.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. I took a screenshot because I'm just that much of a nerd.
See, our house is a 4-level side split,
Oh, that
so we've got
helps.
little sets of flights of stairs, and I didn't realize how often I travel those stairs
Yeah.
till over the Christmas holidays. I think it was on Christmas Day. Just running back and forth and moving presents and cleaning up and all that kind of
Sure,
stuff.
yeah.
With all the times I went hit those steps, my watch is like, "Hey, good job! You've gone through 69 flights today."
Yeah.
I'm like,
What?
that's a whole lot of steps.
Does it have a
That's
GPS?
right. You are the
Does it know your
Stairmaster.
altitude?
It does. Like,
I
some sort
don't
of,
actually know how it
It
figures it, out.
does do that. It does some sort of pressure analysis or
Yeah.
something. I
See,
don't
it says
know.
today I've walked 17 floors.
That's amazing.
Which
I didn't realize it does
is
that.
about
Maybe it's
right.
like my drone. It's the CS20 something. I don't know. One of my drones has it doesn't have a GPS, but it has altitude hold based
Cool.
on barometric pressure. So I wonder if it uses that kind of a technology.
I have no clue,
Really cool.
but it's kind of neat.
When I first got my Fitbit, I would brush my teeth walking up and down the stairs in my apartment, like because you have to brush.
With the hand that's holding that has the Fitbit, because that counts as extra steps.
Well, no, but you have to brush your teeth for 2 minutes anyway, so you might as well do the stairs for 2 minutes while you're doing that.
I lose a lot of
Bam.
steps because I don't shampoo.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Nothing up there, folks.
This is just going downhill
We got to
real
do
fast.
something about these lights. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it is all the time that we have. Anyway, so, hey, comment below. Give us a thumbs up, please, and thank you. And thank you, everybody, for supporting Category 5 TV as well. You do that through our partner links by purchasing things on Amazon, eBay, and other partners. So go over to category5.tv. You'll see a Support Us button on the menu, and you can follow our partner links there. Great way to help us out. Also, your contributions through Patreon and PayPal, through our tip jar, makes a huge difference, and we greatly appreciate it. Please do keep it coming. We're a little short for February rent, and we are volunteers here, and we appreciate everybody who stands by us, and that keeps us on the air, keeps us going, and keeps us strong so that we can keep doing this. Mm-hmm. We're looking forward to everything that's to come in 2017.
Yes.
That's right.
It's going to be a fun year, folks.
Well, you guys have a good couple of weeks. I'm going to be gone.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm hanging out in Hawaii.
Oh,
Watching all the Category 5.
are you
Yes.
Skyping us or anything like that?
If my wife will let me Skype in,
So we're not going to hear from you.
probably not.
Okay.
No, I'll be swimming with
Enjoy
the
your
sharks.
mojito.
Swimming with the fishes.
Yep, it's true. There is shark diving.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be snoobing.
Have a fun time. Snooba.
Snuba.
Scuba.
It's snorkeling, but like scuba because there's a tank that floats on the water and you're allowed to go down
Are
like
you tethered?
yeah, you're tethered to the line.
Oh, okay.
So I can stay
So
underwater.
you have like a snorkel that is tethered up to
yeah,
the...
so I can stay underwater for up to 30 minutes.
Nice.
So it's
It's
scuba.
like Houdini.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like scubaing without the scuba.
Very cool.
That is very cool.
Have fun, send pictures, be safe.
Do you have an underwater
Any
camera?
camera will work
I
underground.
have an SJ Cam 4000.
SJ 4000.
So you're going to bring
Yeah.
it, take some shots,
Absolutely.
share it?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
with you.
And then I'm going to come back and it'll be all lobster red
Nice.
because I burn.
You're going to match your hair.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
Yeah, actually, I'll make my hair look light.
neat.
I'll be that
Be
burnt.
like, oh, your hair is gray.
Yeah, pretty much. It's bad.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Joys of being a ginger.
Well, hey, have a fantastic week. Sasha and I will be here next week, and we'll let you know about 5 minutes before the show who's going to be co-hosting. We've got a lot of great folks that are going to be involved this year, and we're looking forward to having everybody here. So take care. Have a great week. We'll
Thanks.
see ya.
Happy New Year.
Good night.